We always have a challenge on what is required on each specific project for each district and or city or agency or whatever it is that we're working. And Western provides the service through the portal to have all this current specs on hand, but more importantly, their people have been around, they're trained, they understand what's required for an Irvine Ranch Water District or LADWP or all the different cities and agencies in between. And that's hugely important because, again, if we don't have accurate orders, then we have standby costs that we're incurring, as well as an intangible relationship with an inspector who is obviously counting on us to have the knowledge and expertise to do the work. Any inspector who senses that a company doesn't have that the command of the technicalities of the work is certainly under more scrutiny than those that do. And if you don't know the specifications, you don't know the materials required, you're not going to be successful. And Western's demonstrated that they have a clear understanding of what's required in the industry.
Well, communication to us is a big factor, and coordinating to execute projects, and Western Waterworks and our sales contacts are highly effective in communication. They follow up if they have a question, if they're uncertain about something that we didn't communicate initially effectively, they'll double check and they'll get us what we need when we need it.
Well, Western helps us by providing the manpower and the material that we need in a timely manner. And it starts from the drivers to the warehouse.
One of the other strengths of our relationship with Western Waterworks is based on how our processes match and how they've customized some of their pricing our materials and how they've customized some of their estimating process to fit ours. We did a lot by assemblies. We look at their professionalism of what they know is really needed. So when it comes to the price, we know that Western Waterworks includes every nut, every bolt, every washer, whether it's locating wire, whether it's grease for the nut and bolts, that is included in our pricing. So we really have a strong relationship in how they've customized how we actually bid our projects and how we order our projects and how we manage our projects throughout the entire project.
There are times where we have really tight production kind of sequences where we're going to finish up with one scope and move on to another, and that can be multiple kind of transitions in one day. And when we release our material orders, if there's a missing component to that, it can really throw off our day. We have to rearrange. Sometimes we lose our ability to manage our manpower effectively. And although mistakes happen, with Western Waterworks at the level of communication, there have been many times where our sales guys have double checked with us on something that could have potentially been an issue, and helped us avoid such a thing.
Our superintendents in the field, they're the ones that actually order the material and want it delivered at certain times. So if the supplier is responsive and they've done their homework and they have the materials in stock or they've stockpiled them so that they can deliver them when they need them, that's what we value in a supplier. Someone who's proactive, that looks after the job, has done their own takeoff, so they're so they're familiar with what the project is, and then being timely on deliveries and whatnot. So Western Waterworks, I think, being a new player in this market, relatively new, they've worked really hard to gain trust and gain a little bit of respect.
Getting the accurate deliveries on time are key. We absolutely need some items the day before, and get that correctly and on time is invaluable.
what we can't have is, and some of your competitors don't understand this, but we can't have an order that shows up 90% complete and a critical valve or a critical fitting that's in the middle of that day's production is not there, and it shows up on a little packing slip at the bottom that says back ordered. Never have that issue with Western Waterworks. You guys understand the business, you understand that we need to be productive, and if something isn't there, it's in the trunk of somebody's car out to the project to make sure that it happens, and there's no question that commitment has always been there, and that's a big part of the success of Western Waterworks.
So receiving material on time and accurately is pretty much the way we make our money, and if that's not the case, then I think our jobs start to begin to fall apart. And so when we know that something needs to be delivered and needs to be accurate so that we can have the productivity that we do, I mean, that's just a revenue generator right there in itself. And for that, I mean, that's number one, and Western has hit the head on the nail with that.
One of the reasons that we partner with Western Waterworks is their accurate orders, timely orders, and actually the accuracy isn't just in what we order and they give us exactly what we order. Sometimes what we order they need to change because we didn't order it right per the specification. So they're very professional, they know their standards, they know the water districts, they know what's needed on the job, and they make sure that we have what is needed. Timeliness, I never hear anything of a complaint that we can't get anything. There's nothing that's ever really on back order. The communication is solid. And yes, of course there's mistakes here and there might be something that didn't get put on a truck, but you know what? It's out there before the end of the day. If we need it, we have it. That's what happens with the orders with Western Waterworks.